Welcome to Beyond Binary AI Stories. Today, we're navigating the intricate maze where technology meets ethics, focusing on AI and privacy. In an age where artificial intelligence is transforming every facet of our lives, the question of how we balance the immense power of AI with the sanctity of our personal data becomes ever more crucial. From personalized online shopping experiences to self-driving cars, AI is undoubtedly a powerful tool, but with great power comes great responsibility. As AI continues to evolve at a rapid pace, it's essential that we consider the ethical implications. We must ask ourselves, how can we ensure that our privacy is safeguarded? How do we maintain control over our data? And most importantly, how do we strike a balance between innovation and security? These are the questions we'll be exploring today, so buckle up and stay tuned as we explore this critical topic at the intersection of innovation and security. Our first stop on this exploration is data collection. The bedrock of AI functionality lies in the enormous amounts of data it uses. This data-driven approach, however, opens up a Pandora's box of ethical considerations. What do these considerations encompass? They revolve around issues like user consent, data ownership, and the potential for misuse. First, let's talk about user consent. In an ideal world, every piece of data used by AI would be explicitly approved by the user. But in reality, consent often gets obscured in the fine print, leaving users unaware of how their data is being used. To maintain ethical standards, it's crucial that companies are transparent about their data collection practices and ensure informed consent. Next, we have data ownership. Who owns the data collected? Is it the user, the company, or a third party? As data becomes a hot commodity, the question of ownership becomes increasingly complex. It's essential that users have a clear understanding of who owns their data and how it's being used. Finally, there's the potential for misuse. With vast amounts of data at their disposal, companies have the power to manipulate user behaviors, infringe on privacy, or even contribute to harmful societal trends. To counter this, strict data governance policies need to be in place, ensuring data is used responsibly and for the intended purpose. So, how do we navigate these murky waters? The answer lies in transparency and user control. Companies must be open about their data collection methods, why they need the data, and how it will be used. Users should have the power to control their data, with the ability to opt in, opt out, and understand the implications of their choices. Transparent practices and user control are key in addressing these concerns. As we continue to explore the intersections of AI and privacy, let's keep these considerations in mind, for they form the foundation upon which ethical AI is built. Next, we tackle data security. As artificial intelligence continues to evolve, it becomes increasingly vital to ensure that the data it relies on is secure. Data security is a critical aspect of the ethical considerations surrounding AI and privacy. While AI leverages vast amounts of data to perform complex tasks, this data can contain sensitive information. This information could be anything from personal details, financial information, to health records. It's essential to remember that this data is not just numbers and abstract information. It represents real people's lives and identities. Therefore, the security of this data is paramount. Data security is not just about safeguarding information from cyber threats. It's also about maintaining the integrity of the data. Any alterations to the data, whether intentional or accidental, can significantly impact the results produced by AI. This impact can range from minor inaccuracies to major misinterpretations. Encryption plays a significant role in data security. By converting data into a code, encryption helps prevent unauthorized access. However, encryption is only one part of a larger data security strategy. We must also address vulnerabilities at every stage of data handling, from collection and storage to processing and transmission. Moreover, it's important to consider the potential consequences of a data breach. A breach can not only lead to the misuse of personal information, but it can also damage the reputation of organizations that rely on AI. Such incidents can erode public trust in AI technologies, stifling innovation and progress. Furthermore, data security is also a matter of legal compliance. Numerous laws and regulations govern data protection. Non-compliance can lead to hefty penalties, but more importantly, it can harm the individuals whose data has been compromised. In essence, data security in the context of AI is a multifaceted issue. It involves technical measures such as encryption and vulnerability management, but also touches on ethical aspects, like respecting privacy and maintaining trust. Securing data is not just about prevention, it's about trust and accountability. As we continue to harness the power of AI, we must remain committed to protecting the data that fuels this technology. We must strive to ensure that our drive for innovation does not compromise our ethical obligations. Now let's delve into algorithm bias. It's important to understand that AI is not inherently biased. However, the algorithms that power these systems can certainly reflect bias. This is because AI learns from data, and if the data it's trained on carries bias, the AI system can inadvertently perpetuate and amplify these biases. Consider this: if an AI system is trained on data where a particular group is underrepresented, the system might make incorrect or unfair predictions about that group. This could lead to discriminatory practices in various spheres like hiring, lending, or even law enforcement. So how do we mitigate this risk? Well, the first step is acknowledging that bias exists, not just in our data but also in our society. This requires a commitment to transparency about how AI systems are trained and how they make decisions. Next, we need to actively work towards reducing bias in our data. This could mean diversifying the sources of data we use for training or applying statistical techniques to adjust for known biases. But remember, this doesn't guarantee a completely unbiased system. It merely reduces the likelihood of bias. Here's where regular audits come in. By continually testing and auditing our AI systems for bias, we can identify and correct issues as they arise. These audits should be conducted by independent bodies to ensure objectivity and accountability. Lastly, we need to foster a diverse AI workforce. People from different backgrounds bring varied perspectives, which can help in identifying and addressing potential bias. After all, AI is a product of human intelligence, and diverse teams create more robust and fair AI systems. Let's not forget, bias in AI isn't just a tech problem, it's a societal issue that needs our attention. By being proactive in addressing algorithm bias, we're not just creating better AI systems, we're taking a step towards a more equitable society. Bias in AI isn't just a tech problem, it's a societal issue that needs our attention. Our final stop is data ownership. Let's delve into this significant aspect of the AI and privacy discussion. The data we generate through our interactions with AI systems is a goldmine of information. But the question that arises is, who owns this data? In the world of AI, data ownership can be a tricky concept. Is it the individual who produced the data, the company that collected it, or perhaps the AI system that processed and learned from it? The lines can blur, and that's where the ethical dilemma comes into play. Traditionally, companies have claimed ownership of the data they collect. However, this perspective is shifting as we realize the power and personal nature of this data. Many believe that data ownership should reside with the individual who generated the data. After all, it's their digital footprint, their personal story. This belief aligns with the principle of data sovereignty, which asserts that individuals should have control over their data. They should have the right to access, modify, or even delete their data. This approach not only respects individual rights but also promotes trust between users and AI systems. However, implementing this principle isn't as straightforward as it sounds. It requires robust systems to manage user requests and to securely store and handle data. It also demands transparency from organizations about how they collect and use data. The shift towards individual data ownership also requires a change in mindset. Companies must move away from viewing data as a commodity they own, to seeing it as a trust they manage. It's a significant shift, but one that could pave the way for a more ethical AI landscape. Data ownership isn't just about rights, it's about respect for the individual. As we continue to navigate the AI and privacy landscape, let's remember that behind every piece of data is a person, and that person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. As we conclude our journey, it's clear that the ethical considerations surrounding AI and privacy are both complex and crucial. We've delved into the profound implications of data collection, understanding the necessity for user consent and transparency. We've looked at the importance of data security, acknowledging the need to address vulnerabilities and enforce encryption. We've grappled with algorithm bias, realizing that fairness in AI is a goal we must continually strive for. We've contemplated data ownership, recognizing that users should have ultimate control over their own data. Navigating these ethical waters is not a one-time task, but a continuous journey. Striking the right balance between harnessing the power of AI and protecting our privacy requires ongoing commitment and vigilance. It's an exciting challenge and one that we must face together. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of AI and privacy. Remember, the future is not binary, it's beyond binary.